It's time for Artist Direct on KDEC FM 100.5, your local connection to the music scene. Today's program is made possible by Holstrom Jewelers, Elm Street, Cresco.
1, 2. Years ago, I left to find my fame and fortune. How could I have known 7 years gone slow and I'd be making my way back home? I'm on my way back home to you, darling. Don't worry about me, I'll be home soon. I'm on my way back home to you, darling. Don't worry about me, I'll be home soon. All of the long days I tried to find some meaning that would transfer to a sport. But now I'm here, just thinking about the years and what am I doing here? I'm coming back with less than what I left with. Found no fortune or fame to speak of. All I want is to be in your arms, to hold you closely, away from harm. And I'm on my way back home to you, darling. Don't worry about me, I'll be home soon. I'm on my way back home to you, darling. Don't worry about me, I'll be home soon. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm on my way back home. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm on my way back home.
It's Artist Direct here on FM 100.5, and I am so excited to have in studio with us this morning Elliot Arms. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mrs. Grouse. So that was a track entitled Gold Rush, right?
That's correct.
Now, that song is on your EP.
That's right.
Which came out earlier this year.
January. Yeah.
January. We had the argument earlier. No, it was. And let's go through and sort of, first of all, do the introductions. You wrote down the names. You're going to have to work on the last ones.
Let's go right in order here. Over on bass, Ben Metzger.
Hi.
On guitar, Ryan Hartkoff.
Hola.
On 12-string, Danny Flaherty.
Hello.
And Ryan and Danny were the primary vocalists on that particular track. Ben sang some as well. And Joe Mullaney on drums. Hi, Joe.
Good morning.
We brought him over to the microphone now that we've, sort of made him sit in the corner. So, Elliot Arms, you guys are out of Wisconsin. Are you from La Crosse?
That's correct.
And did you all grow up in La Crosse?
I'm actually, Joe and I, drummer and 12-string player myself, we're the only ones actually raised in La Crosse.
Yeah.
Ben Metzger is a Minnesotan.
I grew up on
no.
a farm. Yeah.
Wherely?
Yep.
Which town in Minnesota?
It's near Nodine.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay.
It's only like half an hour out.
You know that you
Nice
grew up in a
place.
little place if you like reference Nodine as the nearest location, right?
It's near a place that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
And Ryan?
Well, I was born in California, and I
Yep.
grew up in South Dakota.
Nice.
And then my family moved to Westby, which is half an hour from La Crosse.
Of course, we
And
get
so I went to school there, and I live there now.
we get landscapers up in Westby that like to
Yeah.
tune in on. Yeah. Hey, what do you think about the shootout at the Wild West shootout in South Dakota last week? Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't.
Craziness.
Like a legit shootout?
They were having a Wild West show, just the fun ones with blanks, and 3 people got shot. And
Whoa.
our sales guy, who was just here stalking you guys in the window, was 15 feet from the girl that got shot.
Oh, my goodness.
Craziness. All those South Dakota things.
Yeah,
So,
no kidding.
Elliot Arms, you guys, how did you get together if you're all from these various locations?
Well, Ben and I had been working with music about 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
Just doing the jam band kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then we met Joe, our drummer boy. And from there, that's when we started working together as a group. And originally, we had this name, Saints and Sailors, which we found out is a pretty common name. If you go on MySpace, on Facebook, you'll find a dozen Saints and Sailors.
There's a
Really?
metal band, and yeah.
I can see that. I can see that. So where did Elliot Arms come from? Because isn't there a building in La Crosse or something called that?
That's correct. Yes.
We used to practice at my house, which is right down the block from the apartment building.
Yeah,
It's
It's the Elliot Arms apartment.
Yeah.
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 I didn't know this until I was driving through La Crosse after I'd received an email from you guys, a few months ago, and I thought, I wonder if that's what they got their
Everybody's
name.
got a story about where their name came from, but there aren't too many that say they're named after a building on their street.
Let alone an apartment building.
Yeah, really.
Now this is cool. I am always impressed by the kind of music that we don't even know is around. So that's one of the fun things about a program like this and a station like this is we get to do it. But I'm stunned that I haven't heard about you guys because I love your sound. It's phenomenal. The harmonies are great. The musicianship is brilliant. It's really nice to hear you guys together. How did you find out about contacting us? Because this was one of those situations where I didn't have to stalk you. Which sometimes happens.
Well, out on the farm in Nodine, I would listen to the radio while doing farm work. So on
Did
the
you
tractor.
really?
Yeah. So that was always fun. I didn't know about the morning show.
Yeah.
We found about that later, which is Ryan.
Yeah, I was just on the website because I like it's a lot better. I mean, we sort of catch KDEC a little bit on the south side of La Crosse.
Yeah.
And it's kind of
South
it's a
side.
Yeah. La Crosse is south side, you know.
Five blocks to the south side.
Yeah. And it's kind of a breath of fresh air from acting like they drunk, you know. It's there isn't much good music in La Crosse, I gotta say.
Well, it's cool. This is one of the things that we get excited about is a chance to show off artists like this because you guys are really good.
There's good live music in La Crosse.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, and you guys are fitting into that scene nicely, I'm sure.
It's been growing,
Yeah.
It's pretty cool to see.
Are you guys getting out and doing some shows?
Yeah.
We did a lot more.
Now
during
you
the school
sound like
year.
every band that's been in here. Like, no, we tried to.
It was Danny who mentioned you guys used to do a little more of the jam band kind of stuff, and this sound that you gave us on the first song you played for us was a pretty well-contained little pop tune. When you guys are wanting to play live, are you gonna let your hair down and go into some extended 5-10 minute jams, or how's that going to work for you?
You know, that's difficult to say. At this point, we feel comfortable doing the acoustic thing,
That's so
doing
good.
the finger picking thing. Not necessarily because it's what's happening right now. More so, it's just what we're feeling and so how the music has been written. And I think part of this acoustic music thing, why it is so great live for us, is because this is how it starts. It starts from the guitar, steel string sound, and we really don't change it much. So
when we get a chance to hear you all play live, when the shows start coming a little more frequently, this is what we will see and hear. This kind of instrumentation.
Pretty much, yeah.
correct. Yep.
We have an accordion player too, but she's in India right now.
I saw her
left
on your
us.
website, and I
Yeah.
thought, oh, they ditched the girl. Where'd she go? So we should
Yeah.
give her props. What's her name?
Carolyn.
Carolyn, and she's in India.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like her.
Now, Ryan, you and Danny, are you the primary vocalist when you guys get together and play?
Yeah, Danny mostly. I was actually brought into the group about a year-ish after Saints and Sailors was formed, probably. I met them at a coffee shop, and they were playing open mic, and we talked afterwards and chilled for a while, and then they invited me to become part of it. And so I had already written some of my own songs, and we used to play a lot of those, but they kind of never really felt like true children of Elliot Arms. I mean, like, they felt adopted a little bit. Not that there's anything
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No.
Did the harmonies just
Adopted
kind of
people, your
happen,
parents.
or did you guys have to work on them a bit? Because you guys have a great blend, the two of you together, and then when you toss Ben in there, it's a great harmony setup. Sometimes bands work on it, sometimes it just kind of happens.
Well, they're always correcting me, so I guess
Well, you spend a lot of time in the tractor. It gets noisy up there. Sometimes you just have to, like...
Yeah,
So you guys, let me ask you about influences, because that's always the fun thing, is to find out, like, first of all, what's the one thing that you grew up listening to that you would be horrified that everybody knew? There's got to be something.
Hanson.
Yeah. Did you know they were in La Crosse like 2 years ago with Stephen Kellogg and the Sixers as the opening act?
And
I did hear
some of
about
my
missed
friends
it.
actually went to that.
Yeah. And I heard it was kind of good, so that's what was frightening me. All right,
Yeah.
so now we know Joe's. All right, what about you guys?
You know, I don't think I'm ashamed of this. I really enjoyed listening to Stevie Wonder and
Nothing to be ashamed
collecting
about there.
Those records and playing them. 8 or 9 years old, I was listening to Stevie Wonder.
Was
I
that
loved
because
it.
of your folks?
Maybe I think it was because I like the album covers.
Yeah.
I like the sunglasses, and I didn't really know he lost his sight. It was just, yeah, it just seemed like
Cool.
a cool looking record.
That's nice. Ryan?
Well, I was really sheltered as a kid, so I listened to a lot of like a cappella, a lot of barbershop quartets, and just classical music and stuff.
Which must really help, though, in the harmony.
Yeah,
parts
it
that you're
definitely
doing here.
did. And like reading through the hymnal at church, I think that's like the biggest way that I developed my harmony voice. And so, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't. Thought I had something.
Actually, that was pretty good.
Do you go out of your way to try to
Ashamed
sing
about
a different part on each verse when you're singing hymns in church? First verse,
Are you that guy?
first verse you
do,
sing the
yeah.
soprano part. Second verse you sing the tenor part. Third verse you sing the bass part.
It's
You
true.
do that?
I get bored with a
Yeah?
specific one
Okay.
because
I had a feeling.
the old hymnals. I mean, you kind of just sing one note and then you go up to the fifth,
The fifth,
and then you
and
go
then come
back
back
down.
down.
And so, yeah, gotta switch to the tenor every once in a
Oh,
while.
I can already smell the coffee in the church basement. I'm like, all right, what about you, Ben?
I listened to a lot of Linkin Park, actually.
Did you really?
Yeah.
See, this is cool that we're bringing Linkin Park, a little Stevie Wonder, a little Hanson, a little hymnal, and we put it all together, and this is what we get.
What would that concert be like?
Oh man,
Again, we're with Elliot Arms here on FM 100.5's Artist Direct, and we want to thank Holstrom Jewelers on Elm Street in Cresco, who are big supporters of live, local, regional, national music, and of course, we appreciate you guys getting out to support live music when you can. That's why I want to make sure that people know that there's at least a place they can find you online to see if you guys are doing shows or where you've got things coming up, because you're right in our area. So I assume eventually we can either head over to La Crosse or see you around the area. What is your best location online?
Facebook.com/Elliot Arms.
Elliot Arms.
All our events are there. All of everything else.
It's all
Random
there.
photos.
And do they have access to your EP
Yes,
on there?
It's well, the download link for the EP is elliotarms.bandcamp.com. That should be somewhere on Facebook too.
Let's make sure we know how we spell Elliot. There are various.
Yeah.
Two L's.
One L.
Oh.
Oh no, two L's.
Two L's
Wow,
and
my
one T, right?
my
Yeah.
reading skills are dropping.
Two L's and one T.
Two L's, one T.
ELLIOT.
Yeah. The most
Arms.
common mistake is adding two T's because Elliot Arms, the apartment building, actually has two T's.
Yeah, we changed it.
Yeah, but that's CD, so we don't get sued. Yeah.
You didn't want to look derivative of an
I know,
apartment,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
kind of obvious anyway. But that CD is free, actually.
Is
It's
it really?
5 songs. Yep.
Oh my! Did you hear that, folks? Free. I'm going to be posting that on Facebook. Free, and you can get it at elliotarms.bandcamp.
And we do actually have a few shows, like, in the next 2 days. One's in
Good.
Eau Claire tonight, actually.
That's right. Oh, I have to tell my sister. You guys,
Yeah.
that's great. And where are you in Eau Claire tonight?
The Acoustic Cafe.
Yep,
It's right
okay.
downtown.
Cool place.
And then we're playing in Winona tomorrow night at the other Acoustic Cafe. So, Acoustic Cafe tour of the Midwest.
It was a little confusing trying to email all of them and keep them straight. I messed up quite a few times. But
Which acoustic cafe am I on? I feel like we
Yeah.
should have one here for them just to add to the
Oh, man.
lineup.
I mean, then we'd actually have somewhere to play here.
So for your sets tonight and tomorrow night, if folks want to see you in Winona, how much of your original material are you going to work in? How much do you work in covers? What do you all play? Is it pretty much original stuff?
We played 100% original music.
Yeah.
In the past, we have covered 1 or 2 songs in an hour song set. But in general, we prefer to play original music.
That's impressive because that means you're doing a lot of songwriting, right?
That's right. I'm one of those songwriters as I'm recording. I record and write a song at the same time. And what happens is I end up having I post my songs on my desktop. I'm not a computer science major like these other guys. But what ends up happening is I have a computer just full of different music, and we kind of weed out what we don't like, and we choose what we do, and it makes for a good original song set.
That's really cool. Well, you guys, it's Elliot Arms. I'm really glad you're in the studio, and we want to hear another song before we let you go. And I want to make sure, again, folks know that they can find you on Facebook. Again, it's Elliot Arms, ELLIOT Arms, and that's where you can also get a link to the free EP, which came out in January. And it's been really a pleasure meeting you guys. I hope we can get you up here again.
Yeah.
Or down here.
Yeah.
Over
Down,
here.
yeah.
It's
All right. So let's get another song here. I'm going to let Joe actually go back to his corner. Back to your corner, Joe.
Nobody puts Joe in the corner.
Something I wanted to mention.
Yes, please.
Several years ago, I had set a musical goal. And it was simply to play, do a live radio show performance. That was 2 years ago. That was, I saw that as the pinnacle of my whatever musical career I would ever have.
Yeah.
And so this is our first live radio performance.
Wow.
And so it feels wonderful. And I suppose now I have to set the bar a little higher. So I'll have to make some decisions on what the next goal is.
Well, tonight you do a show you actually get paid for.
Yeah.
That's right.
Shows you get paid for are a good goal.
Keep that in mind. That it gets better from here.
It'll probably pay for the gas.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Elliot Arms, you guys have just been fantastic. Let's. What is the title of the track we're going to hear next, or the title of the
You're
the
Not
tune?
Alone.
You're Not Alone.
And this one will hopefully be on an album coming out. I'm not going to set a specific date because we all know how that works, but we're working on it right now. We have most of the drum tracks down, and so that should be out by the time school rolls around, hopefully. We're actually working with Dan Collins from La Crosse from the band Mouse Pocket.
Yeah.
He's doing a great job with us, so cool guy.
That's very cool. All right, you guys. Elliot Arms here on Artist Direct.
Let's make sure Danny's
FM
happy with his tuning there. You good to go? 12 strings get out of tune really quick.
I know.
I'm good to go.
All right, here we go. Artist Direct with Elliot Arms.
Trembling hands, the blotted page. From tears of disappointment and rage. Recounted failures, empty years. Precipitation of your fears, and you just know that you're not alone. Just know that you're not alone. I know the last note of your song. My arms are wide wrongs. I am the answer that you seek, and I'm the love that you need, and you just know that you're not alone. 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 No. Just know that you're not alone. Just know that you're not alone. No. I'll be seeing you through. I'll fill in your doubt. I'll be shining the light on what this world is about. And you'll see I am here, and my love will sweep you right off of your feet. And you'll see I am here, and my love will sweep you right off of your feet. My love will save you. My love will save you. My love will save you.
Thank you for listening to Artist Direct, presented by Holstrom Jewelers, Elm Street, Cresco. Catch Artist Direct again next week, right here on FM 100.5, KDEC.